Hey everyone,
Hello.
a bit of an update for Monica today. It's all a bit shite here in Queensland at the moment, so we shall see what's going to be happening. We'll just see what the body is feeling. There's been, can I say about?
Yeah.
Yep. So at church in the last month, Monica's lost four of the
people.
congregation in a month. And has that ever happened before in your life? No. But hey, nothing to see here, folks. And it's just, we've hit this crazy communism in Australia that's very, very interesting to watch and be a part of. And so, that's all right. We're sort of prepared. But
And then there's a friend of mine that's 38 and got cancer 2 months ago and has gone. So, it's just...
yeah, so lots going on. So we'll see what the body needs, what the body wants. And we know it's going on everywhere in the world. And we've been pretty lucky here, really. Except for the fact that you may never see your daughter again. But, it's going to be, watch this
But
space.
Queensland's got the best weather.
Yeah.
New South Wales and Victoria, they've got cold weather.
Yep.
Well,
More in cold and flu seasons.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Okay. So the adrenals are overworking. No surprise. Where are you sitting on the, because I know you're trying to just go, well, this is my life, but where are you on the teariness, anger, frustrated, or are you sort of just really trying to?
No, I'm pretty, I've just had a few tears this week with the lady more than anyone.
Yeah.
And, but apart from that, I've been pretty good.
What type of cancer did your friend get?
No, I don't know. Started in her eyes, they said.
Oh, that's right. The hemorrhaging. Okay. Because there's a Dr. Ryan Cole, who I've listened to several times on different formatting, and he's actually I can't remember where he is. He's somewhere in the US, and he's spoken about his pathology lab. And the rates of cancer up this year are just astronomically more than normal. So for his 20 years in the industry and just watching what's going on, he's going, gee, what's changed this year that might have upset things? So your adrenals are go. Let's go check your celestial circuit. Hold. And hold. Okay.
It's more complex.
So, third stage stress of your celestial circuit. Is it the caring, nurturing side? Is it the anger, masculine? It's the anger, okay, so it's the masculine side.
Yeah.
Which I think is also, it's about that sense of power, and this isn't pro-man or pro-woman or anything. This is the masculine side of our energy is the I'm me, I'm doing what is right for me. Yeah, it's the doing. And like we said, we've been prepping for this for 18 months.
Yeah, the other side's the caring side, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
I learned that through meditation.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. So we need to bring back in that feminine. It's okay to be that and I know sometimes you own that feminine in you really well.
Oh, meditation will be out too, because you can't go to the libraries, and that's where it is.
Yeah.
But there's 3 of us in the group that are not jabbed, so
yeah,
they may move it somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny that, because obviously some people are just capitulating now and just going and doing it, but the more they tighten the screws, the more pissed off I'm getting. The more I'm like, bugger you, my body, my choice. How dare they? How dare they? How dare they in one breath say, we don't do mandates, it's not the Aussie way, and then set rates of 70, 80, 90%, with all of the premiers going to 95 as their goals. It was about 50, 60 years ago that studies were done to see what percentage of people you actually needed for herd immunity. And guess what percentage it is?
About 50.
51%. That's what you need for herd immunity. So it became a political basketball, of course. So it's got nothing to do with science, the number of people being jibbity-jabbed.
It's amazing.
Or vucked, as I heard someone say yesterday. Oh, you've got to laugh.
Yep.
But it was funny because we ran into another lady from Bethesda in the hospital yesterday, and she came up, and the three of us, I think, were the only three in the whole place not wearing masks.
Oh, okay.
And because she posts stuff very, very similar to me on Facebook, and I can see her having arguments with her rallies online. I'm going, yeah. You start listening to stuff like, that Dr. David Martin stuff about all the patents, 4,000 patents associated with this whole thing, and you just go, man, there's so much money passing through these hands. So because your celestial circuit's a bit exhausted trying to stand in your power and own your truth, which you're doing pretty bloody well, but it's exhausting having to say it all the time. It's sort of like...
especially when you get shot down then, so you think, oh, shouldn't have said that.
Well, Jay's sort of come home a couple of times where he's actually tried, because there was one guy at his old work who just kept hammering him. Jay was like, I don't know anything, I just don't want it, it doesn't seem to be working. So at least he was saying that because he can see what's happening in Israel and Singapore and the UK and stuff like that. But then this other guy, who obviously just watches mainstream media and doesn't actually analyse the data or anything, he started to, anyway, so Jay kept coming home and saying, well, what do I say if he says this, and what do I say if he says that? And of course I've got too much information in my head to actually...
Just give him...
bite size.
A couple of words, I do feel for the people that will lose their job if they don't get jabbed. Well, they're virtually doing it because they have to.
And because they can't think their way out and do something else. One of the nurses from South Australia who stood up and spoke was talking about how myocarditis and pericarditis nearly always end in base chakra. Let's see where it's at. It's
Low and
So either first or third stage stress, it's first stage. Okay, so it's only a little blow. But that's with the adrenals, so the adrenals are go, 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 go. Anyway, she said, because, we've got thousands of cases on our TGA website, and we've got one of the lowest cases of organ donorship in the world in Australia, and nearly all cases of myocarditis and pericarditis, and of course they're all saying they're mild cases, but they've never been considered mild by any cardiologists for the last 20, 30 years. And many of these people will be on drugs for the rest of their lives. And she said, what's going to happen once we need these heart transplants? Okay, something else with the base chakra. So even though it was only first stage stress, what is the little base
good
mean?
first stage.
Yeah, it is. It's lower.
Well
It's
done.
lower. Third is chronic fatigue. First is it's out there. It's just working hard. Okay, so that's because of internal negativity due to so it's internal thought mechanisms. Flower essence. Oh, interesting. So because we're still in the right side with the celestial circuit as well.
Mhm.
She-oak is showing up. She-oak is for that. It's a feminine. It's about balancing hormones. It's about bringing back the femininity. It's about owning the sacral and feminine chakras, you know, which is
Yeah.
base and sacral
So,
chakras
yeah.
as well.
Bring back to the centre.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Love your paisleys.
On this top.
3 drops. And I think as well, when there's been abuse in the past, that feminine side becomes less active, less empowering, because it's the feminine side that has been abused.
Yeah.
You know, just purely being the weaker sex.
Mm.
Because, you know, I'm no Sarah Connor. Wish I could be, but my shoulder hurts.
It's not getting any better?
Oh no, well it was better after the chiro. I did 2 treatments last
Oh,
week.
okay.
Mm. I think I had 2 of the best nights sleep in. I mean, exhaustion does take
Yeah,
hold
yeah,
occasionally
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
I think I had 2 of my best nights sleep that I've had in like 18 months.
Oh, okay.
So I like him and I'll go back.
Yeah.
It's only like $60 for follow-ups.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes, but you know.
Yeah.
But he does a few things. He's done some hypertonics. He's got some little machine goes over the muscle. He's got an activator gun.
Okay.
So he's done so I've had 2 treatments and he's done different stuff each time.
Yeah.
And I'm not waking up with that compression through my rib cage, you know,
Okay.
that I've been waking up with for ages.
Mm.
So yeah.
You need some gentle loving care.
Yeah, it felt good.
Oh, that's good. You give it to us all the time.
Mm-hmm. Right, so this is within the celestial circuit. So the reticular activating system is the one that controls the hormones we release when new stuff happens.
Okay. Yep.
So, and I was thinking about my arguments with Blaze lately. Poor old Blaze, you know, feels like every week I'm having these big arguments with him. Big stuff is happening politically so
Yeah,
regularly.
that's right. Yep.
You know, I'm sort of thinking over the next month, our friend John, who plays in a not an RSL, a leagues club,
Oh, yeah.
probably should fit in 2 more seeing of him in the next month if we can.
Yeah.
Because then we won't be able to see him for, actually, I wonder if he's jabbed. I wouldn't have thought he would be one to do it. He's
He
very,
could be our entertainer. We could go out to somewhere and all us non-jab ones could
yeah.
could have our own party. Because that's the other way of looking at it. You get a group of non-jab people and, you know, just bring along one jab and jab one and they can go and get all the stuff and, well, you just bring your own picnics.
Oh, second stage stress.
Oh, it's gone from first to second.
This is with the reticular activating system in there. So the RAS
Okay.
is about the hormones we're releasing
Yep.
when new stuff happens, which was my thought with, you know, because so much new political stuff is coming
Yeah,
out all
yeah,
the time. It's like we're constantly in shell shock,
Yeah.
even though we're prepared for it when it actually happens. And you see your country turning communist, it doesn't feel
Yeah.
good. The good thing is, I can have HIV and spread it around. I can have hepatitis and spread it around. I can have some STIs and spread them around. No one cares as long as I get the jab. There's the worst sex offender in New South Wales has been double jabbed, and he is allowed to go absolutely anywhere. So they're sort of pointing out, you know, the fact that, okay, he's been double jabbed, he's allowed anywhere. How come, you know, they didn't have the money to keep those guys tracked and traced?
That's right.
Okay, so back to RAS, back to celestial circuit. Let's check your celestial circuit. See where that feminine, masculine is sitting. And hold, hold, hold. Beautiful. And hold. Good. That's it there, the Dantian.
Okay.
Okay, so what next, little body? Okay, so we need to go find what your priority goal is.
Or when you find out, tell me.
So, this little guy,
Mm-hmm. It's a well-used book.
it's a well-used book. Okay. About survival and instinct.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How, like, watching the deaths at church hasn't, like, how's that been affecting you?
Oh, not so much for myself, because
Mhm.
I think I'm okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I do worry about me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I don't want to die. I don't want her to die before me. Can't bear another child.
Yeah.
The ones up here, no jab.
Yeah.
They're fine, but
You've done lots of stuff in the last few years that's been stepping outside your comfort zone. She's not quite there, is she? She lives within her little bubble, in her little safety
yeah,
zone.
but she stands up for herself.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Like what he says goes over the top of her head, because she does what she wants to do. So
Okay.
yeah.
So I
So I've
think,
got no problems with that.
Yeah.
But like the time I went down there and found out she was pregnant, and all of a sudden I had to have a jab of the flu and the other one,
yes.
and you know,
And
came
after
back,
that,
and then I came back to you.
yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I did
Yeah,
it again.
yeah.
But I had no option.
So there's going to be a couple of survival instinct things, so I might actually stop it and start it again, because this could be a good spot, especially if you feel like you need this one again.
Yeah.
So we'll
Okay.
use that as the part 2 for Monica.